Fox 61 News at 5 starts now.
The government should not be making that decision for her.
Now at 5, the vice president talking abortion rights as she pays a visit to a local college campus. The message she's sharing tonight.
Plus, the capital city sees its 30th homicide of the year. And tonight, the latest victim's girlfriend talks to Fox 61. We hear why police believe that he was targeted.
And a teen is shot and killed in Waterbury, how the community is reacting as we learn more about the victim.
And it's been 1 week since Hurricane Ian made landfall. The president makes a visit to Florida, seeing for himself the damage left in its wake. We have a full report on what he's telling Floridians tonight.
And good evening, and thanks for joining us at 5. I'm Brent Harden.
And I'm Sarah Sanchez. We're on a weather watch alert tonight. Yet another cloudy and gloomy day across the state after some rain overnight. Taking a live look outside at Hartford right now.
Boy, how many times have we said it's a gray and gloomy day?
Let's
send it right over to Chief Meteorologist Rachel Frayne joining us now. When are we going to say it's a bright and sunny day again, Rach?
Tomorrow, the sun will come out. I'll let you guys get that song stuck in your head yourself. And while there has been a nice little break in the action from the rain for a few hours now, it's back just in time for rush hour. Things are starting to blossom a little bit more out there. You can see it right up I-91, and it's pretty wet along 95 as well. Newtown, Southbury, Middlebury, all seeing some pockets of rain and locally moderate to heavy. And the same is true from Meriden down through Cheshire, pretty much all of New Haven County, and now spreading into Middlesex County as well with that rain kind of spreading out and becoming more numerous. Looks like the heaviest stuff and the most numerous lightning strikes are offshore though, so hopefully we can keep that away. Still, just some rain is enough for Litchfield County and parts of northern Hartford County as well. And if you look to the east, there's more that kind of has to pivot on through. So off and on showers, chance for a locally heavier downpour for some locations, and widely varying rainfall totals. But we're going to get this rain out of here as we head towards midnight, and then we'll dry things out. Also, talking about improvement, the wind is finally starting to calm down. Here's a look at that future radar. Again, those off and on showers through the evening tonight. Overnight lows in the 50s and high temperatures tomorrow. Wait, what? 70s, sunshine, and less wind? Feels like we kind of won the lottery. This isn't going to last though either. We'll explain. Full forecast coming up.
Thank you, Rachel. Well, developing news tonight, police make an arrest in connection to a homicide that happened back in May. Police arrested Jose Estrada, accusing him of shooting and killing Guillermo Gonzalez on Zion Street on May 10th. Gonzalez was taken to the hospital where he was pronounced dead. Estrada is being held on $2 million bond.
Hartford police are still searching for the suspect in the city's latest homicide, the deadly shooting of 23-year-old Andre Gaston, gunned down outside his home early this morning.
This is the city's 30th homicide this year and the second just this week. And those who know the victims the best are left grieving. Fox
61's DeAndrea Turner found out more about who Andre Gaston was, and she joins us live in Hartford now. DeAndrea.
Well, Brent and Sarah, as this investigation continues to unfold here at the Hartford Police Department, his girlfriend and his family, they're left to grieve. And when I spoke with them today, just trying to explain how they felt is just really lost for words.
He was only 23 years old.
She's talking about her boyfriend.
This is crazy. This is crazy, yo.
Andre Gatson shot and killed outside of their home early in the morning.
And I saw him on the ground fighting for his life.
Police say Gatson was clearly targeted.
The suspect vehicle turned onto Orange Street and it stopped. Looks like two shooters, multiple rounds. He was struck numerous times. That's where we are so far. I can confidently say that this was a personal attack.
I feel like somebody just took my heart out my chest and just crushed it into 1,000 pieces.
A memorial is set up in Andre's honor. He's the 30th homicide victim this year.
You gotta stop. This hurting a lot of mothers, a lot of people, a lot of loved ones.
With another life taken, Andre's girlfriend is holding on to what she physically has left of him, his clothes.
I feel like this is comforting me, having something on that he had on that smelled like him. You know, I feel like I'm representing him right now.
Representing the person she says was anything but evil.
He was a humble, outgoing, funny, silly, always joking around type of person, bro.
What do you want the people who did this to know?
Right hell, yo, right hell. I hate y'all. I know hate is a strong word. This pain ain't never gonna go away.
Amber and Sarah, this crime scene, it was just a couple of blocks away from another crime scene that left one person dead and two others injured on Monday. And now these crimes are not related according to police, but it was only just a half a mile away. For now in Hartford, DeAndrea Turner, Fox 61 News.
All right, DeAndrea, thank you. And tonight, Waterbury police have released the name of the 17-year-old shot and killed last night. The shooting happened around 6:30 on Bishop Street. That victim, Wisin Resto Rodriguez, died at St. Mary's Hospital. No word tonight on a suspect in the case. And coming up on the Fox 61 News at 5:30, New Haven County Bureau reporter Tony Terzi talks to the victim's family and tells us how they are coping with this terrible tragedy.
A former Fairfield town official is arrested for alleged animal abuse. This isn't the first time he's facing these charges. Ray Newberger is accused of pouring bleach on a cat. Police say the cat later died of the blunt force trauma. Newberger was previously arrested in 2018 for pouring boiling water on one of his fiance's dogs and breaking another dog's ribs. Police say Newberger is also facing assault charges after an alleged domestic violence incident. Vice President Kamala Harris joins 5th District Congresswoman Jahana Hayes at Central Connecticut State University for a discussion on abortion access and reproductive rights.
Fox 61 political reporter Emma Wolfhorst explains what it means for the November election.
Yeah, Brent, Sarah, this visit coming just over a month until the November election, where incumbent Jahana Hayes is seeking another term against Republican challenger George Logan. Some say today's visit meant to strengthen support for Hayes, but she says it isn't campaign business. Logan, however, calling today's visit a desperate attempt to legitimize her campaign.
The rights of the people here in Connecticut could be at risk.
He spoke to a packed house Wednesday, hosting Vice President Kamala Harris for a discussion about abortion access.
This issue is real and important for so many in our state.
But her Republican challenger, George Logan, disagrees. While he says women's health care and reproductive rights are important topics, he calls Wednesday's visit a missed opportunity to address other key issues actually impacting Connecticut families.
We've got the Vice President and Congresswoman Jahana Hayes doing a bunch of grandstanding and fear-mongering.
Logan says the more pressing problems for Connecticut voters are inflation and the economy.
Congresswoman Hayes has done a terrible job representing the people of our district. She has chosen to support the Democrat leadership in Washington over being a voice for the people in our district.
Now Hayes is viewed as the most vulnerable of Connecticut's House representatives. A recent update from Politico's election forecast lists the 5th district race a toss-up. And though Hayes says Wednesday's event was not about her campaign, Vice President Harris touched on the upcoming election.
This is not a political event, but it is a fact that in 34 days there is a midterm coming up.
Logan told me he does support a woman's right to choose, but with restrictions. He calls Hayes' views on abortion extreme. He says he would support current Connecticut state law and, if elected, would not support a federal abortion ban. But Hayes and Vice President Harris today insinuating that might not be enough. Harris adding once rights start getting taken away, they'll come for everyone else. Live in New Britain, Emma Wolfhorst, Fox 61 News.
All right, Emma, thank you. The Vice President left Connecticut from Bradley Airport just over an hour ago. And after meeting with several leaders to discuss reproductive rights, Fox 61's Raquel Harrington continues our team coverage with what those leaders had to say. Raquel.
That's right. You see, Vice President Kamala Harris was among one of the many elected officials here on the campus of Central Connecticut State University, continuing that conversation of reproductive rights. Hundreds gathered Wednesday afternoon on the campus of CCSU to listen in on the conversation revolving around reproductive rights with Vice President Kamala Harris.
For these fundamental rights of freedom and liberty and dignity and choice.
Congresswomen Johanna Hayes and Alexis McGill Johnson, the president and CEO of Planned Parenthood Federation of America, joined the VP to discuss various topics on the matter, all three women sharing their input.
It is critical that we take action to enshrine women's reproductive rights into law and protect the health and well-being of all women and all people.
While also hitting on what officials believe is an essential but timely dialogue.
We're looking at, I think now a dozen states at least, that have essentially banned abortion. And what is that going to mean? There's still a lot of confusion.
Focusing on topics from the Supreme Court overturning Roe v. Wade to access to essential care here in the U.S.
It's not just about access to abortion, right? It's contraception. They're literally trying to hold people hostage in their states with these right to travel bans.
To the Black maternal health crisis, where Harris said she's very proud that for the first time have elevated the issue of Black maternal health to the state of the White House. But there's still much needed work.
Black women 3 times more likely to die. Native women twice as likely. Women in rural America 1.5 times. When it comes to racial bias in the healthcare delivery system, we know that is a huge contributor, in particular to Black maternal mortality.
And while talk of change is underway ahead of the discussion, Governor Ned Lamont noted that Connecticut has federal support for reproductive rights.
The state of Connecticut said, look, if somebody's being denied their rights in Texas or Arkansas or someplace else, you can come to Connecticut and exercise your full reproductive rights.
Harris says while there was a movement on reproductive rights generations ago, now that movement has to pick back up and continue.
It is now incumbent on us, as the leaders of this moment, to pick up that movement and to do what is necessary to reaffirm, regain, and fight for those rights. And so that's where we are.
All right, so we'll have more on this dialogue posted online under this story on fox61.com. We're live in New Britain. Raquel Harrington, Fox 61 News.